I'd like to welcome you to the show, to the show, to the show. Introduce you to me, introduce you to me. Hope you like what you see, baby, like what you see. I would like to welcome you to the show, to the show, to the show. Introduce you to me, introduce you to me. Give me something to talk about, talk about. I'd like to thank you all for coming out tonight.
I'm not even going to go into a long introduction with this one. I'm just going to bring it all in. Ladies and gentlemen, y'all can see the screen. I want to take the time out to introduce you to somebody who's very dear to the show. He has done the show in the past. If you haven't seen him, make sure you go check out our pages. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. A constant creator.
Okay.
Somebody who actually loves the children for who they are, where they come from, the things that they do. He took the time to start his own organization for the children in his neighborhood, and it branched out damn near, I want to say all 5 boroughs. It did touch 5 boroughs, damn near.
A little piece of a way on how we did it.
Right. He's a graduate of the Madison Square Boys and Girls Club. He's a very, very smart individual. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome to the platform Mr. Sleepy Johnson.
Hey, what's going on, good people?
Man,
what's going
on? Before we even hit into that, you elaborated on something that I thought was very interesting, and the fact that you took the time, like with most people who are constant creators, they don't come back to work with the people in their household. And you was telling me about the situation with your daughter. Yeah, and I thought that was cool because you not only did you put in time to the individual outside the box, but you took care of home too. That's cool, Slim, man.
No doubt. If you're a father, you gotta be a father.
Yeah, that's right. You're right.
Or what else is it?
Right.
There's a lot of other things, but
I know that's what comes with it.
Yeah.
All right, let's just touch on where we picked up. Let's touch on the pandemic.
Okay.
The pandemic had to set you back just a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Had to revamp the program.
Yeah.
Are we still going to use C-ball?
Yes.
Okay.
I hesitate in saying yes because I wanted it to be done right. I wanted it to be done without politics being involved. And I know politics in our lives are connected in many ways, but I don't want to play with that when it comes to our youth and the community.
Right.
Even though it's played.
Right.
But I don't want to play that. Yeah.
Is it a chance that when you get it back up and running, because you're going to get it back up and running. I know who you are.
Okay. All right.
You're going to get it back up and running. And I said this to you before. I wish there was a way that I could contribute because I know it's a financial thing.
Yeah, it is.
It's nothing but a financial thing. So for everybody who watches this and you're listening and you're whatever you're doing, reach out to the C-ball. Reach out to it. You never know, your children might be involved or your neighbor might have been involved and you just didn't know you were involved. Okay. So reach out.
And I'm a spin the block a little bit rather than the reach out part because I want it to be right. I want it to be where it makes an impact because going through it and developing it and going through the motions, there was lots of people in the community that gave some donations. And those donations, respectfully wasn't enough. Because I'm in the hood. I see dudes in the hood pull up. Hey, Sleep, I see what you're doing. Yeah, yo, here's $100. And I'm like, okay, this $100, how and what can be done with it? Even though I know something can be done with it. However, the ways on how I want to impact the community, $100 won't really do it. It may get us some basketballs, which helps the long run of it.
Right.
But we have basketball, so okay, then it may, provide to be added with something that may cost $400.
Right.
I have to wait for that $300. You know what I mean? However, I receive it. It's been times where I say, no, don't give me no money because what you're giving, I don't have anything in mind that can fit that of what you're giving, and I don't just want it to sit.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's not about just the money is the right amount of money.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Do you have a goal?
Good question. My goal is for peace.
Level wise, I'm talking money wise.
Oh, money wise. Not at this moment because I would love to have an unlimited budget because what's peace for people?
Right.
It's unlimited.
Peace is unlimited.
Yeah, in a minute.
Right.
It's not a price you can put on it.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. So, I would like for it to be coming ongoing, and I understood that develop something that you can make your own money that can come ongoing, and once it come ongoing, you can then do what you need to do. But so I just when you talk about my daughter, I said I can work with 13 youth in the music program, 20 something in the music program, 50 something in the music and the media program all together, and then I have to deal with 100 plus parents.
Okay.
I have to deal with 50 youth.
Right.
I got to deal with the young ladies,
Right.
the young men,
Right.
all of what they bring
To the table.
table, which if we start peeling off, we'll start to see, all right, it's some toxic energy coming, and I have to now be a social worker in a sense, a therapist in a sense.
I think you're good at it though.
Huh.
Listen, when we was in the car, you said that you was working with a youth of close to 500, right? Close to it.
Yeah.
And you said it was all over there, some up here, some down here, some. Let me ask you a question. When the program had to be revamped, do you know exactly what happened to those children?
I don't. Not all of them.
Not all of them.
I have some success stories, but I don't know all of,
Success stories good.
success stories. Let me give you a story that really truly slapped me. And that's when I said, okay, I had to do a little more and then that's when I created more programs. Because I understand that, you can have a youth program and you can have basketball, swimming, whatever it is. And in this program, it has to be after school, So in after school, it has to end at some point in time. Like I remember, 8, 9 o'clock, the boys' club was closed.
That's
After
right.
that,
Right.
where did you go?
That's right.
174th Street, hung out a little bit. What's up there? We already know. So, however, in the moments that we're in the boys' club, not me per se, but I know that some of my friends, they change for a moment. Then when they come home, they have to come home to wherever their
Right.
environment gives them. So it could be toxic, it could be abusive, it could be all kind of things, and then they go back to that callous and that hate, maybe hateful, that angry mentality, and then they wake up in the morning. Then the teachers in school get them, and they weaning them out. Then the after school, like myself, receive them, and then it's just this cycle. And if not that, you're going up to the block, 174th Street, maybe not getting into, but being around that element. So I say, what is the most important place where youth really need to be cared and loved? It's really at home. That's the root of it. And then who ignites that root for them? Their parents. And then
If it's the parent there.
If it's the parents there.
Right.
And then the parents, where they're rooted from. We can go back where their parents is rooted from, and then we can say what mentality brought them to be how they were as a child growing up and then becoming parents, and then now here's this youth that I'm dealing with in my after school program. Mrs. Jenkins is dealing with in 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th grade or whatever. And we're dealing with a lot. And in that lot, you start to find out as people that care in these after school programs, you start to trust you. And when they start to trust you, because they see that at least you care about you giving me time with your verbal. Now it's something that I need now. It's something that needs something more that's needed. And I'm going to be starving once I leave here. Or maybe I'm fed, but I need more. So
How long will that last?
How long will it last? And then I don't want to leave, and then I'm gonna go home and get abused or whatever.
Or dealing
So
with whatever environment is there.
So I said to myself, and then gang element, all kind of things. So it was a youth, and this is when I was creating programs. Then I got to create that. Oh, this happened. I have to create that. So it was a youth. No names given. But in our program we said non-gang affiliated.
Non-gang, man.
And here it is. And I hate to say it because I know that those are the ones who really need it the most. But here it is, nothing foolproof. He snuck through the program, and then I found out that he was gang affiliated. And but it wasn't like kick him out. It was like, okay, I have to open it up. I have to open it up. But you know how in school you have excelling class, and then in this one you have a class that maybe have a little more bad apples, and you have to work with them more.
They need more help.
You have to, in a sense, you have to separate, but then you have to combine it. Mix it up a little bit, but then you still have to work with them so that they can level up. So it's a technical type of thing that you go at it. So anyway, so as I said, okay, one, I got to create a program for those that are in gangs that I'm sure they want to get out.
Need a way out.
They need a way out.
Yeah.
Right.
You can't have them next to Cassandra's, and she's like frightened, and so you work with them to wean them out to then give them and level them up over there. So anyway,
The YouTube page.
when he said to me, he said, and they call me Mr. AJ, so you said, you don't want me to be a part of a gang. That's all I have. And you want me to give up my set when my set provides for me in many ways.
That home doesn't provide.
What are you gonna do for me?
Wow.
I was stuck. Now I'm providing a place where he could record his music for free. Our program was connected with the state and city, where then we would
C dashball, and then go to the YouTube page so I can pull up his. I'm sorry.
and it may not even be up.
It's there. I'm looking at it.
Okay, it's still up. Wow.
Yeah, top part.
What am I gonna do for him? And then that's when I said to myself, all right, I gotta create a program that allows me to work with them, understand them. So then I started to reach out to programs that really do that type of work, and then make a program to make it collaborated, where we start to stretch them and wean them off of this gang that
Make it bigger.
may have some negative things that that gears them totally left or totally right. And I had to create that. So in creating those programs,
Let it play.
in creating those programs, I said, that's what is needed. Then it's a program that, how do you feed them? Because it can be one that weans them out, but is a program that feeds not even just youth, but the community, because the community's hungry.
What you're going through now, I'm listening to you. I know I was directing him, but I'm listening to you because I went through that when I was a young coach.
Okay.
And my hardest thing was telling the child that you can play for me, but you can't play for outside.
Okay.
And the thing was, I'm listening to you, and you're right. When the Boys Club closed, and here I'm a coach, I'm young too. So I'm intrigued about what's going on 174th Street, but I'm trying to tell my team, my youth, that it's no good out there. but I'm stepping out there myself.
Mhm.
You know, and I think that's the part of you that is different.
Mhm.
That I think a lot of people don't really pay attention to, because you were never a person to get mixed up in the bullshit.
Let me share. One, I want to give you your props. I want to thank you because you was a part of saving my life. If you didn't know,
Thank you.
you know, the Pete Peta,
yeah.
you know, Lugos and the coaches, you know, Donald D.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And there it is. My father was in my life. But he wasn't present because my mother and father wasn't together. So
Amen.
everyday presence of my dad wasn't there. But he was there in my life. So summers I went to Atlanta, Georgia to spend with him, me and my sister, my brother. So we knew he was there. He picked up the phone. He called us when he could or whatever. But in the Bronx, New York, him being in Atlanta, totally different story.
Amen.
So I was not really looking for positive male figures because I was just looking for someone that at least can sustain a image that, you know, I can at least rub something off of.
Right.
Pause. And
That's okay. We know what you mean.
Yeah. And you were one, and others were others that, you know, in coaching is direction, and it's learning something. If it's, you know, how to get the right form and that's direction that I'm like, okay, at least you're telling me something that is positive and maybe not in life, because I can get that from my father, my family. At least I'm getting some kind of positive direction from an individual, and you were one of them. So thank you.
I'm sorry, I get a little emotional, not because you're naming me, because at the time I'm just sitting here thinking about those who we couldn't save.
Oh yeah.
Those who were gunned down in front of the boys' club, outside the boys' club, in front of their parents, in front of their brothers, in front of their sisters. You know, who are doing. Some of them are doing life. Some of them not even capable of even reaching out to what's going on out here now because they're so far locked inside. So I got a little emotional there because I had to think about it. That's a long road, man. That's why I'm telling you, your journey is not over. I said, no. When you said to me, "Oh, Ram, I had to shut down because of the pandemic," I said, "No, you didn't. You had to revamp.
Yeah.
You had to revamp because it's okay sometimes when you got to take the end and bring it back to the beginning in order to get back to the end. That's okay. I know them kids miss you, man.
Yeah.
I know your emails are. Oh my goodness.
Well, I mean, one got a professional football player, not for the NFL, but the other
professional is a professional.
Yeah,
baby.
professional.
That's right.
Others got scholarship basketball.
That's what's up.
So we definitely, you know, shout out to Av, Safe Hood. Shout out to Safe Hood. We definitely provided, you know, opportunities for youth to, even in basketball, scholarships and all. So I'm happy for that. The revamp is definitely a revamp. I just want to come back right. And like I was telling you before, like I just didn't want to deal with the politics. And it was a lot of that. So I just had to, and not dealing with the politics, just come with your own money.
You know, you're not going to escape that. You're not, and I don't call it politics. I call it politricks. Politricks. You're not going to escape. I got that from my son. Shout out, Terrence. You're not going to change that. That's something that you're not going to change because here's the thing. Youth are a big organization. Everybody wants their hand on youth, and I don't mean it in a derogatory way. I mean it in a positive note, because the more youth you get, the more money you can receive for your programs.
That's a fact.
And, you know, so you need these politicians to help with the program. The problem is you just got to know which politician to go to.
Well, I mean, yeah and no. So here it is. So when you have your own money, you pay for your own place. When you have your own money,
amen,
you pay for all the things that's inside the place, whether it's a DJ, whether it's a, you know, whatever it is, decorations or whatever. And if you have a movement and then you just throw out your flyer and you reach out to whoever it is and then they come. and then you do what you do. Now, here it is when you start to bring that element, because you could do that, and then once that element starts to make even more noise, then politicians start to say,
They knock on that
oh,
door. Yeah.
you have
Yeah.
potential voters.
Yeah.
You have a movement that I need to be in front of to stay in office.
For their own benefit.
So now here's where the politics is not to do the program. It's the politics of let me give you some money so that I can get my hands involved so I can stay in office because I need votes. And if you don't give me access, then it become political. So now, how does it become political? I pay the money for the place. The place is owned by X, Y, and Z. Because I'm renting. Now, if I own, now it's a different story. Now I'm dealing with another type of politics. But let's say I'm renting, and such owns this building. And with this such own this building, they getting subsidies, they getting this, that, and the third from who? Elected officials. So now, it's happened. I've seen it happen. It's happened. I've experienced
Controllers
it.
and all that.
I've experienced it myself. So here it is where if you pay, and I've experienced it based off of not paying rent at a place because I was doing a non-for-profit and they loved what we were doing. And that even more of we're going to take you out by coming from over the top.
Right.
But still, when you still pay, it's still someone, the landlord raises the rent. You're like, why are you raising the rent? It's because politician is giving them millions of dollars to make this happen versus you giving me a couple hundred to thousands of dollars, and it doesn't add up where I gonna make it harder for you to get out because I need you out because you're not allowing me all of this wonderful access to what I need. So that's where the politics comes in. So yeah, in a way, it has to be played in that way, because then you can bring it to the people, you can bring it to the press, and you can air them out and stuff of that nature. But still, it still can happen.
It can happen.
It still can happen.
Yeah.
So yeah, there it is. So overall, I just want to make a change within our community, and in order to make a change, it has to go extremely deep to a level of where, and I'm watching my words because I don't want to give no one an understanding of how to actually, approach the situation to hurt the situation.
Right.
If y'all get what I mean.
Yes.
But it's really deep, and I've come to sit at the table and understand, this whole table is hot. I don't want to be at this table, especially during the pandemic.
Right.
When you're next to people you look up to, leaders, I say quote unquote leaders, and you think they hold this integrity to a certain extent, but then when money comes to the table, it gets hot. And I said, oh, y'all want that money? I don't want that money. I want to go over here and help, and so now you want to, like they say, when to bring us as a people together, we have to come with people to show numbers.
Okay.
And I may have 400 to 500, you may have 700, but if you as the leader and we as a leader come together, then we have 5,000 now. But if you as the leader is a false leader, or you can be swayed by money, then we're in two wavelengths that we can't unite our youth to move forward. And they're already over the top doing all kind of things like going to this person, raising the rent. But then I'm looking at you, we in the trenches and we bringing our youth together, and then you trying to cut me because, hey, you want my numbers. I don't want your youth. I just want our youth to come together.
Right.
You know what I mean? You can still have your youth, but we can come together.
A question. Through all this, I've heard you talk about the youth, the politicians. The one thing I haven't heard you really speak about, the emotions and the feelings of the parents.
Okay.
While all this revamping is going on, do they still reach out to you? Did they Do you have some parents trying to help push along the program? Or
No, not necessarily. I mean, a few here and there that I have personal relationships with, and just being friends with or whatever, and I know they're, just reaching out and hey, what's going on? Are you okay? My well-being. But when the program is gone, they're gone. And it's sad, what I'm saying? Because, hey, listen, this program helps my kid, my child. And when the program is not there, I'm off to the next program.
Right.
Just like the next basketball team. Oh, yeah. And next team, we off to the next team. So it leaves me, with who is around me, my family, and this, that. But it's I understand. I get it, because life is going like this.
Yeah, life doesn't stop.
And
how do you not get frustrated? How do you not get frustrated dealing with
experience, time? Just like I was explaining in the car, like first couple years you get you take it personally, like why these celebrities, why these parents, why these youth, and then it's growing. You got to understand. I didn't understand.
You learn the process.
I said,
yes.
Oh, okay. So I'm not gonna take it personal. Then you lash out, you say things, and then it stings a little bit. But then you have to do your, you have to revamp it, where make it all right again or whatever, and then start to grow within yourself. And now I'm to the point where I said the pandemic and things shutting down was kind of sort of the best thing for me, because it gave me a reset button. It gave me a time to just sit back and say,
damn,
okay,
that's what it is.
That's what it is. And then learn by just redoing and going over what happened and saying, okay, and I'm a much better person.
I didn't think about it like that.
Much better person. Because when you in the trenches and you run, you can't even celebrate or look at your own success, and then even market to develop. You're developing while you're in this tank full of water, and you're like, okay, I'm learning while crashing or almost drowning. But then when you like look back and you like, oh, okay, I could have did it that way. Everything's over, it's settled. Life and me keeps going, of course.
Right. Didn't you have someone behind you at that time to? We're gonna wrap it up soon so we can get.
Keep going.
Didn't you have somebody at that time who was behind you to let you know, like, yo, when you're tired or when you have to be here, I can be here to do this, or you didn't have that person that you can actually trust, like, or felt comfortable with?
Good question. I had folks, and I don't want to discredit them.
Okay,
they were learning just like I was learning.
Amen. That happened.
And people deemed me the leader because I was leading, and then, but it's sometimes that when I need to be educated on something, someone needs to lead me. But if I'm leading all the time, and not saying that, some people that's following and say, hey, I see this, that, and the third. I listen to certain things. Some things I may say, nah, I want to do it this way, but the things that I needed, no one was really there to help me with, to say, to give me what I needed. Right. You know what I mean? And even, you'll say, what about your board, or what about, other leaders and programs? I just explained. When you look left and right and you find out that, oh, this person ain't really what they say they are.
Right.
So you're like, I'm not going to go to them because I feel like they're a part of the opposition in a sense.
Right.
So now your trust factor goes out the window a little bit. But you have to keep it, because you have to find, okay, it's people out there.
Yeah.
But then you got to find the right people, and it's hard to find the right people in the right places.
Some people limits are shorter than others.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's a tough thing. It's a tough thing.
That trust factor is a mother.
Hey. Hey, listen.
But you know when it's genuine.
Yeah.
You do know when it's genuine.
But
it's just rare.
And even when you know it's genuine, after a point in time, for me, people just shang. I'd be like, oh my goodness, like I thought you was a good one, and then and you could be good in one lane, and then this whole lane you switch over and you be like, nah, over here this is what I do. And you're like, okay. And I just try to stay good across the board, you know what I mean? Yeah.
I think you done that.
Yeah.
Actually, I know you done that.
Thank you. I appreciate
You know,
it.
and I can hear a little bit slightly in your voice. Maybe you're a little nervous about the revamp because you don't think you're going to be able to get back to where you were. I think you're going to surpass that.
Here it is. I believe that I can surpass it.
Right.
I just say to myself, please stay healthy.
Amen.
If I can stay healthy, which I'm doing all the things I can. I do a little workout when I can. I eat right when I can. I don't eat right all the time, but I eat right most of the time. And still, I'm 48, 49, somewhere around there. I mean, it's the time. I've been.
He said, I'm somewhere around.
Yeah, I'm somewhere around there. Anyway, so in that, I say to myself, if I can stay healthy, right mind, body, soul, I'm good. Because I already drafted up the programs. I already helped, elected officials, even the mayor. I helped them get in office and everything. And that's a whole nother ball game of another story that...
Our current mayor.
Yeah.
Where do we know him from? I said that, Sleep. Where do we know him from?
I know him from being the Brooklyn Borough president. I know him from, us doing things in Brooklyn when C-ball.
But being where I work at, I ran into him a couple of times doing field work for the job.
Oh, I thought you said in the court.
No.
Let me stop.
That's okay. No, I ran into him somewhere. Because we ran into each other sometimes when you come to the job. That time we ran into each other.
Mm-hmm.
You was, whatever. Mm-hmm. I knew him from somewhere. I just couldn't put my finger on. But now that you're saying it, I realize you're right. He was the borough president.
The Brooklyn Borough president.
Right. And it didn't even dawn on me.
Yeah. And then, one day I'm in my home next to my wife. My phone rings. It says Brooklyn Borough President Eric Adams. And I'm like, okay. And he's like, hey, Sleep, what's going on? I'm like, hey, I heard you the person I need to talk to.
Uh-oh.
To get the Bronx.
Yeah.
Because, again, I did a program throughout the
entire
Bronx. So I know leaders throughout the entire Bronx. Mm-hmm. So I gathered the leaders in the Bronx together, and we all supported him. And he said, the borough I need is the Bronx. I got this borough, that borough, that borough. The borough I need is the Bronx. I gave him the Bronx. He won.
We gonna get Eric Adams up here. I'm gonna push his people, but I'm gonna have my people call his people to get in touch with him.
I don't think his security can fit in here, though.
You right about that. But we gonna try something.
And back to what he was saying about the revamp. I think the revamp, it doesn't make you nervous. It gives you a better understanding of what you did the first time.
Oh yeah, what I did wrong, what I did right, everything.
So you can become a more sure yourself the second time.
Yeah, and like I was saying to you guys earlier, I want to gear it through my daughter. And I don't want it to be biased with people like, oh, he's about his daughter. No, I was about the youth. And before my even daughter wanted to get involved into the arts of music, dance, and theater and film and things of that nature, she's 12 years of age. Her name is January. That's her stage name as well. So I was first about youth, and then I said, if I'm going to revamp based on obviously the program being a lot, because if it was a little, then I'd be operating, I'd be doing what I'm doing.
Right.
So it was a lot in numbers, a lot numbers from youth, numbers and money, needing money to match the youth and do the things that needs to be done. It's much more easier. It's much less expensive. To deal with one child, which I'm already dealing with anyway, is my child. I have to, And if she wants to do the music and the film and things that I was doing in the program since, like I saw my good friend Peter Guns, it took him one single, and from one single. Now, other things he put in the work, of
No,
course.
don't give me. Yeah,
but
yeah,
that
definitely.
one single, Deja Vu, if it wasn't for the Bronx, he's performing that to this day.
Right.
That has allowed him to do all the things he's doing now. So I've seen it, and I've seen it not just in him and other artists when being in the music industry when I was.
And I always said that about him too. That there were certain people that he did take with him.
Mhm.
He did take it. You know, one of my good friends, our good friends, Mr. Jameson.
Yeah.
He ended up taking him with him, and he has a story within itself from where he come from to be his dancer and everything else. I thought that was fabulous too.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So you're right. There are stories that come from within stories from where we live, from the people. You know what, man? I think you might be onto something. I think when I put this out and people start to realize what you were really about, they knew you was about Seaboard, but I don't think they really got to see the other side.
No, because at this point of me developing where I'm at now, it was at that tail end of the pandemic happening. I
Right.
started to find out these are elected official politicians. Oh, these are the false leaders. Oh, this is what's happening. Oh, I'm growing. Okay, and the pandemic allowed us to all be at home and sit and understand. And I was like, oh. And as I developed that, and we were edging in these more programs. And when I say edgy, I'm talking about programs that was going inside people's homes. So, because I got it. I understood that we could wait for the world to come outside, which we're going to come outside because we got to do what we got to do. But where does it root from? It roots from inside that home. And what's happening inside that home? The development of a child from the time it's born
That's right.
to the time it start to grow up.
Till
And
it
whatever
leaves the
you're
house.
nurturing and pushing in, it's going to come outside.
That's
Either
right.
that daughter of yours, that son of yours is going to come outside. What did you give your son and your daughter? I know I got my daughter a valedictorian honor, respecting, her community, not throwing litter on the floor, not talking back to adults, staying within being a child, wearing the right things, listening and being a part of the right things. Her teacher was like, your child hangs out with the United Nations.
I get it. Well dressed, so clean.
Her closest friend Peonies, Chinese. Parents own a Chinese restaurant.
Well dressed, well
Her
clean.
other closest friend, I forgot her name, Latino, little girl, owns a hair salon, one of them. And I'm like, she understands. These are good, valued kids that are a part of their stock of their parents, and you see it. They owning businesses, they stay in their lane, they do what they do. And this is just her. It's not even me. And it's me because me and her mom, because we given that to her.
Still,
So now she's out in the community and she's no threat. She's no threat in a negative aspect, but in a positive aspect as far as the people.
She's a big threat.
As far as now, she's a threat for those people that say, all right, we don't want educated youth out here that's peaceful, because you know what? It doesn't do us no well.
Right.
Because
it's not beneficial.
it's not beneficial to the dollar and the bottom line. And that goes deeper down a rabbit hole of many things that I could say. But I'm just going to say that with her saying at 4 or 5 years of age, Daddy, I want to do entertainment, music, dance, film and things of that nature. And it's just her. I want to heal the world. I said, okay, because she's around me and she's seeing me heal the world, and her small little lens of me doing a basketball tournament, a turkey drive, a Christmas giveaway, a block party, a this. She's seeing that gift. I see a homeless person if I have it. I'm not rich, no Benz monetarily, but I'm going to give. Oh, you want something to eat? So she's seeing that and she's like, oh, okay, I want to do what my dad do because it just feels good. I like that. So that's what's in the community when she steps out. What do others, children, parents, and their child step out? What do they do? And it could be a parent that's doing all the best that they can. Somebody, it may not even be the father or the mother, but somebody is giving them wrong. And now they step out in the community based on, because you hit me, because you have guns, because you are a womanizer, because you are on the corner, because you wear skimpy clothes, whatever it is. I don't want to be judgmental of folks, but however, this is what is being that
That's how
circle.
we live.
This is that circle.
Yeah.
And I just want to change that circle, and she wants to change that circle. So the moral of the story is, if she wants to do it, just her, and I want to do it, and she got United Nations around her, then it can happen.
Definitely.
So now her music is going to speak life to those youth. And when others heard it, people say, she's going to win with this, because it's fun, it's different, it's not like today's music.
It's positive.
It's positive, and it's not like youth kitty. It has some adult understanding, like her friend called her song called Best Friend. We all can relate to that if I put it on. You know what I'm saying? Write your name, where it's saying get closer to God. Write your name in the sky, where you actually put those letters down of your name, where God can recognize that and say, hey, listen, I see you. You have good. So we're doing a number over here to then subsidize where we didn't do the big production. So we're doing a small production to get the bigger production through her talent. And once we get that audience, then C-Ball comes back bigger and better, because we made a few dollars.
It never left.
We got an audience of a movement now through her, and she's ready to lead. She's ready to lead. She wants to.
Do you realize no matter who you give it to, who you pass it to, no matter how you deal with it, you are C-Ball?
Oh yeah, people tell me that.
Yeah. Here's my last question, because I'm listening to you.
I feel like I could talk forever, man. You got me going, but go ahead.
I'm listening to you. At any chance in the future, will you ever think about going into politics?
Oh, okay.
Just to help the nature of the children in a different way. Go ahead.
Brother Ran. So, I'm going to go here, and then I'm going to go from there. Person we know, I mentioned Peter Guns, good friend of ours. Sat down with him at Amy Roof's 4 months ago, and others spoke to my son. So I mentioned our Bronx celebrities to say this. I said to them, I want to run for council. And they both, and others was like, we gonna support you, Sleep. And when I said I was at that table with the community leaders and elected officials, that was with programmatic type of things,
right?
And it wasn't politics. It wasn't me saying I'm at the table and I want to run for office. So it's different tables. I reached that table. I want to run for office. I didn't know. Someone said, I got to speak to this person. Jamal Bailey, who I remember was a intern at Carl Hasty's office. And then we in his district, his area too. And I know them all well.
Yeah.
And he's the hand or the ring you have to kiss when you want to. He's the Democratic leader. So speaking from the celebrities to the elected officials, I've received support. I didn't receive support from many entities of names I didn't mention, and then some names I did mention, and I found out that it's not my cup of tea. Because I know how to play politics,
right?
I don't like playing politics. Because we all have a little poly in us, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, we do.
And
a little poly.
I like to stay more. I like to stay really 100% truthful.
Right.
And if I have to start to sway you based on these words of saying things to get you to do or move how I want you to move, it's too much for me. Hey, listen, yo, Rand, can you help me with X, Y, and Z? Da da da. Oh yeah, I can help you. Boom. Let's get to it. Rand, can I help you with that? Oh, let's just say if you said this. Well, maybe not this day, maybe this day. Maybe not this day, maybe this day. It's too hard. Do you want to help me or not? You know what I mean?
So you're saying, in fact, to go, political, you would have to
kiss hands,
kiss ass,
shuck a job, play around, go through this loops, and it's different gangs within it. Oh, if you with this group of folks, this group of folks don't mess with you.
Right.
Oh,
you
it's four other groups, and if you mess with those groups, I don't help you.
Right.
And when I was doing C-ball, it was community, youth, boom, all over, no problem. If you was in a wheelchair, if you had a handicap to you or whatever, if you gay, straight, whatever you are as a youth, we didn't say no. We then start, and I'm go back to the gangs. But like, what about the gangs? We were trying to create pockets, like a school where let's work on you before we give you and integrate you over here. Because if you over here and they're going good, you're gonna be messing up the classroom.
You gotta fix that apple before you put it in that bunch over there, because if you don't, it's going to infect that side.
So I was learning all of this while trying to do all of this with, guess what? With nothing, and I'm gonna say nothing to the most I've received in funding. And people always be like, that much? I'm worth 37, way more than 37,000. That's how much we got in the program, the most we've ever got in the program over the 7 years that we ran the program.
Wow.
So now you say, so how do you...
Quick question, not to cut you off.
Yeah.
Well, majority of your children are minorities?
Yeah, all day. All day.
I was just looking at it.
Now we went to Riverdale, and we went to Throsneck, and it's a few.
Yeah.
And you know what's crazy? When I went over there, I was like, wow, it's white kids in the Bronx. I know they're in the Bronx, but you don't see
where.
You don't see them in the South Bronx.
Yeah, right about
but
that.
if you go to the wings, the Throsnecks, next to the water, you know, the fancy water with the boat and stuff like that.
Sound views, the Riverdale.
Yeah, if you go over there, you'll get a few.
The Parkchester.
And there are many more. It's just that they have their exclusive areas where they do things, and then they go maybe upstate or they're here or wherever. So you don't see them in the hood of the South Bronx. So again, I went to those areas and I got a few, and I was like, all right, it's more to capture. So anyway, yeah, man, yeah, it's deep. It's very, very deep, and we were doing sports, and then we morphed into music in the tail end and media in the tail end. But at the end of the day, what we really want to do is we just want to unite these youth together to then give them a better life of an understanding if they're not getting it at home. And if they're not getting at home, that was the program I developed on top of many others that we go in the home. And then we say, hey, mom or dad or whomever's in the home, how can we help? And that's a crazy, interesting question that you could ask an adult. How can we help you? And that's where I wanted to get to, because I created the program, but then the funding is really needed there, because you can't go to an adult. I can't go in your home and say, hey, listen, how can we help you and your child? Because your child is in our program. But let's say if you can't give a warm plate of food to your child, Like, why not? We gotta have that conversation.
Yeah.
And if you can't, how can we help you as the parent get to level up where you can get healthy in your finance and your mental and your physical and your everything in your environment, how to actually run your kitchen, how to cook healthy. Do you even know how to cook healthy?
Now, do y'all have the programs to assist these people, or is that something
That was the thing that I was bringing together. This, what I'm gonna call an A team.
Okay.
An A team of individuals that really did like, for instance, and that's when I said false leaders, because I was searching for, I didn't want to do it all, and it's possible to do it all, but if you do culinary and you do physical fitness and you do finance and I do sports, let's collaborate.
Yeah, and we come together for the same
And
cause.
now our child, because I'm gonna call it our child, because the parent is maybe lacking, we're going to help this child level up. But again, they got to go home. When they go home, we tired of them coming back tainted. Every time we clean them up, feed them, and da-da-da-da. And then, oh, Johnny was cool. He was cool today. He came in, same how he came. He leaves a little calm. So it's something where he's coming in with some energy. How do we get to that energy? And we want to get to it. We're not afraid to get to it.
You would have to bring in the family, because you have to make it a congregated thing.
There you go. There you go. So, in getting into the household, a lot of people don't want to do that. But
They're not gonna,
But I was saying to myself, if I come with my A team, it's easy. Because now you're going to handle what is an eyesore over there, eyesore here, or this person is lacking. This is what you do. Go do your job. I'm going to do my job. You do your job. When we go in here, now they're happy. Oh, you gave me
right
this.
about that.
I needed this. I needed that. They're all here.
about that.
We bring in HRA. We bring in welfare. We bring in all of them. Oh, you need
about
food.
Okay, we have the forms and stuff you need to
We
fill
got
out.
everything.
We have the people that can help you
need.
fill the forms out.
You don't have to do, we're going to show you, but you don't
Yeah.
have to do initially nothing, because here's another thing. Just the intelligence, sometimes person don't even know how to fill out an application. Sometimes they don't want to check off this box because they don't know what that box may mean.
Right.
But if someone says, I know exactly what it means,
And I'm gonna show you how to-
show
yeah.
you, and I'm going to get you through it, now they feel confident. Now if you're checking off all the boxes, now guess what? This parent is saying, I feel invigorated. I'm ready to rock. I can now, I needed help. As a
I
parent,
got- I
I
got
needed help.
Right.
And it's hard for a parent to say, yo, you know what? I need some help.
Yeah.
They go to a family.
I think a lot of people are embarrassed. Because as a parent, when I needed help, I just had to thank God that both my parents were around when I needed that type of help.
But
I was
guess,
too embarrassed to ask anybody else.
guess if your parents was a little toxic and they didn't have the answers, where you going?
I might have took it. I'm just being honest.
You take whatever you could take, and then but it doesn't fix it. And
You're right.
And then now someone needs to say, oh, you know what? You should have did it like this. I never knew, because no one ever taught me. And they could be 50, 60, they could be 30, they could be whatever. No one ever taught me. Honestly, to this day, and I don't use a shaver. No one ever taught me. My father was there. He could have taught me, but he gave me the clippers. I use clippers. But again, I still can get through or whatever. But I never, you put the
Right.
lab. I don't know.
Right.
But I didn't need. But again, I'm just giving what I
Nah,
didn't
nah,
know.
Good example.
Right.
But it's other things that people may not know. Today's
Or don't want to know.
or don't want to know. Today's day, a kid don't even know how to sign their name. They
or
print
read
it.
Or read or write.
Or
Man,
read or write.
no lie.
You'd be surprised.
They 10 years old out here, and these kids don't even know how to read or write.
Man, talk about it. Talk about
No
it. So,
lie.
So
No
I,
lie.
I don't want to do lip service. I want to do the do. And I'm starting with my daughter and allowing her to kick down the door and praying on that. And a lot of blessings are coming our way that allows us to do it. It's still hard because, again, I got to be everything for her to make it happen. But when that door opens, it's curtains, because I know she want it. It's nothing I'm forcing her. She wants it. So I want it. She want it. I got something. She has some. She has youth. She has beauty. She has pizzazz. She has smarts. She has intelligence. I have that other end, and I've done it with youth. So now collaborating it together, and then getting out there, and then when it opens, now here's that program I talk about. And here we started with, and it was called the 5 Family Focus Program. And we was gonna focus on 5 families, and if 5 worked,
Then
which
you
we
branch out and do more.
It's
Sounds
10.
good.
You go
If it's
5
10,
more. Yeah.
it's 15. And then now as it start to grow, hey, Jersey, Connecticut, what's up? Let's and it's like this, because you know the area, Charlotte Street, when they put the houses,
Yes.
and it gave it some life.
Yes, it did.
It gave it some life.
Because there was nothing there.
There was nothing there.
Nothing was
So
there.
it gave it some life of some homes inside
Some hope.
a hope to say, all right, some middle class into some, and mix it together to bring it to life. So it's a lot of that those 5 families. Let's put them in. Let's develop inside the community, and then here it is. I'm gonna give this much because I don't want to give it all. In this trust me, in this program, those 5 families, we then get to a level where then they level up to then that next level, middle class. All right, so now we're gonna bring in someone that helps you get a home and move you out. Remember the separation?
Yes.
Because we want you to be here in these 5 families of these kids that's here to then say, oh, we got this and we're feeling good and now, but then too much of, let's say, negativity that just douses on them, they can't be no more. They gotta be somewhere else. So we're gonna morph you out, but then we got 10 more, and then come back though. We need you to come back and then speak to them.
To get more time.
But not stay there,
Right.
because if you stay there, you're not enough. So we move you out to bring you back.
Okay.
But do
But
you
in
bring
the teaching aspect though.
Yeah.
in the teaching aspect also, do you bring that the person back to recruit?
Yeah, it's all that. It's
Okay.
they need to see an example. Oh, it worked. Those 5 families, and
express
look,
their
and look,
experiences.
and look where they went. They got a home now, and let me tell you, this program worked. Oh, I want this program. But first, we have to show
the
that
word
it
of
can
mouth.
work,
Yeah.
and then before it start to work, you have to have. It needs a budget.
Yeah.
Because all of these entities of these power players, they're not coming to the table to be like, okay, we're going to do this for a labor of love for how long? Because it's going to take a good year or some change to develop 5 families. They got all of these problems that we got to wean
Costs
out
money
of
to
them.
make time.
Yeah, man. So, we need a budget. So, how do we do it? We get one child, her dad.
And
We
start
develop
from
it.
there.
We do the initial program. We green them, and then we start to say, all right, now we got a budget. Now we're going to choose 5. Now, in these 5, we're going to find out where they come from and say, hey, where you located? All right, you could there. You have a senator, a council, assembly. All right. We have one of your youth, and we're going to adopt their family, and it's 5 elected officials. What can you bring to the table to help this family?
Right.
We give you an opportunity because we have enough.
Yeah, we're gonna help this family.
To
Do
do
you-
it.
Do you want to be a part of this?
Right.
We want to see what you
Right.
want, because if it goes year 2 or 3 or 4, and then you come down, and now it's going to be a little harder for you.
Yeah, you're gonna be left
And what's
out.
going to be harder, really, almost is just the taxpayers' dollars, because then we could say to the people, hey, your taxpayers' dollars that is being given to this elected official and this program that's helping
the community?
the community, they don't want to be a part of. And I've done that before, and that's where I get the political stone thrown at me and things of that
definitely.
nature. But I'm not scared, man.
Even
I'm
though they
covered.
had the opportunity in the beginning.
Yeah, listen, man. I had
I
to
don't
air
see
a lot of them
I
out.
don't see fear. Yeah, to be honest with you, I sitting here thinking like, Lord, I think he's gonna do better this time around than he did last time.
It's the learning factor.
It's the
the learning and the understanding
about to say
factor
that.
of the mistakes of the first time.
Listen, we just need the people, and you are a catalyst. I want you to know you are a catalyst of helping us get to the people, because with that stuff over there, developing it, she now, because her platform of her podcast, her show, is gonna be wrapped around her music, promoting it to then help whoever is listening in this audience that she's going to create.
Will you allow me to bring her on the show? I mean, with you, of course.
Yeah, listen.
And we
Matter of
could set
fact,
that up.
I will make it where this is the first, because it's been a few, because she did Hot 97 50-year anniversary. This was her first major show, and she did a Hot 97 show for Kevin Riley for 50 years of hip hop, not too far from
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, it was on the stage. Yeah,
Kevin Riley, yeah.
and he gave her an award and everything. That was her first public show. So I know my reach of what I can do to help her get where she needs to get.
Yeah, we need to get her on this show. Yeah, let's do it.
And from that, Bronx Net, Max was there. It was 4 others that was like, hey, listen, can I do a show? And I was like, yeah, I'm just waiting for the right time. I'm gonna make her your first.
I appreciate that.
Make her your first, because it's homegrown. It's we from the hood.
Man,
Man.
I don't. Listen, I want to do it because it's the right thing to do. Like,
And listen, it's connecting to what she's going to
That's
do,
true.
which is going to help.
there are so many
her
people.
audience.
There are so many people who come from our neighborhoods who are successful. People just don't know
Yeah.
that I know them, or I don't make that an issue. I like my own spotlight, and what I'm saying is, I don't want a person to feel like, oh, you need me to do this or do that. No, I like to see people who are from the beginning, who are coming up. Yeah, I like that. I like that. I mean, I could get a lot of. I don't.
No, I'm sure.
I'm just not like that. I'm just.
Regular.
I'm not sure if I'm regular, but it's because of. See, we grew up together,
Okay.
so we have a history already.
Yeah.
And I'm not looking for anything, and I know you ain't looking for anything, because we talk like this when we see each other
Yeah,
anyway.
that's a fact.
Yeah,
That's
this
a
is
fact.
something that we do anyway, no matter where we meet at. And sometimes we meet in strange places, sometimes we don't. I haven't ran into you in, I guess maybe 2 to 3 years.
Yeah. Yeah,
Since the pandemic.
Yeah.
So when you call and you ask me, because you asked me for totally something else, I said, no problem.
Okay.
I can help you put anything you need to put together. And I'm actually, what I'm thinking now in my mind as you're talking, I said, you know what, Ram? I was just telling him, I got pieces that I wanted to return, thinking that, you know what? I can donate as much as I can find to help you begin your next project, if it's okay. They're all decent pieces. Whatever you need, because
I'm lost. I don't know what you mean, but I'm acceptive of it.
as far as what we was talking about with the equipment and
Oh,
stuff
okay,
like that.
okay.
I'm gonna try to give you some more stuff.
Okay.
So we can all put it together, and I'm gonna sit there with
All
you.
right,
bro.
let's do it.
I just believe that
The
you're
day
one.
that this thing clicks on and it works, she's a personality. It allows her to reach her fan base, which we market out the
That's good.
wazoo
That's
of
good.
how we're going to launch it. It's just getting the technical part and then setting the days of
We're
when we're
gonna
going to
set
do
you
it.
straight.
That's it. Once we do that, the music is ready there to be like, boom, let's go.
I'm gonna set you straight. And you know what? I learned from someone who was a DJ. I learned how the equivalent, the power to the frame, everything else, from a person who never even went to school. But he was a master at putting this stuff together.
Copy.
And that's how I learned. And I'm gonna spread it on to you.
Okay.
I
Let's do it.
appreciate you.
Let's do it.
I
Let's do it.
appreciate you
No, I
coming and
appreciate
taking
you.
the time. I mean, when you leave, I'm going to cry. I'm going to cry not because of what we went through. I'm going to cry because
And it's okay.
my blessings for you through God, I hope he hears me.
No doubt. I
Because
feel it.
You
I feel
deserve
it.
that.
I mean, you in this interview, because I didn't even know I was being interviewed. I really did. I was like, okay. I was like, yeah, we're gonna do it. I said, okay, I'm with it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm glad this happened, because it let me know that it's coming soon.
Yeah. You got a platform.
This here, you help me let me know
Man,
that it's coming soon.
You gotta listen.
Yeah.
You rock with me. When I was on lawn, fell inside the apartment, and nobody. If they go early back in the Facebook, they could see all the beginning where we, you know, and we had a large room equivalent down to this, and this is one of the best places I've ever been in my life.
It's cozy.
The acoustic sounds, everything. It's a beautiful place, and running into you just let me know I'm on the right track.
Let's go.
I'm ready.
Let's go.
I thank you, man. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure.
My bad.
Go ahead.
This Friday, if you're not doing anything, I know it's during probably workouts. It's this Friday from 12:30 to about 4 or 5 o'clock. We're shooting my daughter's video. It's called "Look at Me." That's the title of her album. It's featuring Blessing Love. That's Remy Ma's niece.
Okay.
They're both 12 years of age, and it's a dope song. And I wish I knew, because we'd give a clue, a sneak peek of it, because I haven't released music or let anyone hear it. But I wouldn't mind. Maybe when we come back, we have something.
We can set it up. Yes, definitely.
We play
man.
something. Yeah.
Yes, we will.
Yeah.
We will. We'll keep it under wraps until then.
All right. Yeah. That'll work. And it's Sundays, right?
Yeah, it's Sundays. Every Sunday I'm up here. I usually get up here early in the morning, and the last show is usually like 6, 7.
6, 7.
Yeah.
Okay.
And today we blessed with you. So after you leave, we gonna wrap it up. We going home.
All right.
That's
what
it.
it is. All right.
Appreciate you, man.
It's been a pleasure, man.
Nah, not as
Thank
much
you.
as man. Listening to you is great.
This did a lot. Thank
Acknowledgement
you
is a mother when a person knows what they talking about. Trust me, man.
Yeah.
My boy Steve. Ladies and gentlemen, you've been watching the creator of C-Ball. Not only is he the creator, he is the inventor. Please, take the time out to listen to him. Try your best to follow everything he is doing. Try to look out for his daughter, new music, everything. This is a gentleman that you want to support. And Living Room TRT tries our best to support him in everything he do. Ladies and gentlemen, Sleep Johnson, thank you for coming. We appreciate you, brother. Oh, it's going to be a good one.
No doubt.
God is good, man.
Yeah,
all the
all
time.
time.
Yeah, man. Good night, everybody.
Welcome you to the show. Introduce you to me. Hope you like what you see, baby. Like what you see. I would like to welcome you to the show. Introduce you to me. Give me something to talk about. I'd like to thank you all for coming out tonight. You're looking so nice. Hey, we shining bright. I would like to sing for you a couple songs that I wrote, but